Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another episode of my team career mode. Here we are at our trophy cabinet because something happened with my pre-qualifying recording. It's because, I don't know, something happened and the file corrupted, so I only have this footage for you guys, but the rest of the video will be as normal, just qualifying and the race. Okay, so once again, it's time for qualifying, and this time we go out for Q1, hopefully Q2 and Q3 as well, but that will be that we will find out later, of course. You can see once again, as always, it's a routine that in Q1 I wait a few minutes until everybody has set their time. Now I went a bit early out because I had a feeling that it could be raining at the end of the session, and I didn't want my qualifying ruined because of that. But as you can see, not the best first corner as I missed the apex by a lot of meters. So I think it's time for a second lap as well. Currently P15, I think it's going up only to P12, P13, maybe P11 it is. So we definitely need another lap to make sure that we are into the top 16. It shouldn't be too difficult, as you can see, already gaining 2 tenths just in that one corner. But it shouldn't be too difficult because in the development index we saw in a few videos ago, you can definitely see that there's a big gap between the back markers and just the other 6 teams that are actually fighting for a championship. Well, it's not really 6 teams fighting for a championship because Carlos Sainz wins almost every race as we go up to P12. But yeah, it's only myself and Carlos Sainz who win races. One race has been won by somebody else. It was actually Charles Leclerc who won the British Grand Prix. So if you want to check out how that went, you can see it on my channel in the playlist or where you want it to see. But yeah, it was the only race that has not been won by the 95 Racing Team. All the other races have been won by the other by us. So maybe that's going to change today, maybe not. Depends on how good our qualifying phase is. As we are almost at the end of our run in Q2, you can see we are going wide. And even with strict corner cutting rules, it doesn't give us a single warning or anything. So we just complete the lap and that brings us to P7. Hopefully that's enough. Depends. Okay, we go out for another lap. Okay. I was thinking about maybe that we didn't go out again, but it's a few days ago since I edited all this stuff, so I don't remember everything correctly. But we go up into P10 and now it's time for our final lap here in qualifying. At the end, of course, because only 40 seconds remaining. I want to say 40 minutes, but that is a long time. So 40 seconds until the second flag is out. We are in P10, we are in the dropout zone. So I don't want that. I want to qualify at least in the top 10. It's not the easiest thing that we have done because our qualifying pace is just not good enough. I think it's something that I am lacking because my overall pace is quite good compared to the AI that we have here. But it's just a one lap pace that I don't have because I just can't put everything together in just one lap, but I think this should be enough. Yes, we go through to Q3 in P7. Let's hope that we can get it up a bit higher in the final part of qualifying. As you can see, Carlos Sainz tops the session and we are half a second behind. So it's always around a half a second to a second that we are slower than our teammate in qualifying. In the race, we are, I think, a bit closer. He's still faster in a lot of tracks, but maybe not in this one. But that depends on how good our setup is and how good our race will be. The next race is, of course, Spa-Francorchamps. You might know that is the Belgian Grand Prix. If you don't know that, well, you do know now. I'm thinking about doing a special livery because it's my home Grand Prix. I haven't made any liveries just yet for that video as I haven't recorded it yet, but that will come out in the next episode. That will happen on Thursday. But yeah, we qualify ourselves in P6 at the moment. Let's just hope that we can be a bit faster in our final run. as we are going to the end. You can see 1 minute 20 remaining. So that means only one lap that we can do. We are currently in P9 as George Russell is the only driver currently on track slower than us. That's not something that you want to hear, that only one person is slower than you. Well, that can only change if we do one thing. We need to be faster. And that's what we are going to try here. Already getting 2 tenths out of turn 1, which is really great because we need all the time that we can get. And I have a feeling that we could gain some places in this final part of the qualifying. It's actually our final lap for today. Oh, just in qualifying, not in the race. You of course still have to race after this one, so don't click away just yet. We are gaining 4 tenths, maybe even half a second, and maybe we can gain even more. Yes, it's 1.1 seconds, 1.2 seconds, maybe even 1.3 seconds. We are gaining quite a lot. Carlos Sainz is the fastest lap with a 1:13.4, and we go for a 1:14.299, and that means that we get a P6. Okay, so that's the third row of the grid. Not too bad, not too bad. Of course, we want to stay as close as possible to the front so we can attack our teammates. Still 8 tenths between myself and pole position. We could have gotten another position, but we just didn't have the pace for it today. Let's just hope that the race is going a bit better than this and we can get a podium.
Welcome to Budapest once again for another round of Formula One action. Historically, a good race for first-time victories, with Button, Hill, Alonso and Heikki Kovalainen all reaching the top step of the podium for the very first time right here. Located 12 miles northeast of the Hungarian capital Budapest, the 14 corners of the Hungaroring are steeped in history and prestige. Overtaking's always been difficult on this technical 2.7-mile track, but the last few years in particular have turned up some exceptional races. So let's hope we're in for another one here today. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Russell, Liam Lawson, Lightning and Perez, Ocon, Tictum, Tsunoda and Daniel Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Pierre Gasly and Norris, Oscar Piastri, Magnussen, Alex Albon and Robert Schwartzman, Stroll, Joe, Mick Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And with me today, of course, is Natalie Pinkham. Let's have a chat about Williams. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within the team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that has definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Alright, it's time then. We are starting in P5 as somebody had a penalty. It's lights out and away we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix. A lot of wheel spin coming off the start and losing a few positions. One is to Perez and the other one looks like it's going to be Dan Tictum, but we are going around the other side, trying to go around the other side of Liam Lawson and Sergio Perez, but they are side by side ahead of me. So we lose one position in this starting phase, and maybe you know it, maybe you don't, but you can't call this circuit Monaco without the walls, because it's extremely difficult to overtake somebody around here. The only option that you really have is just into turn 1, or maybe coming out of or going into the final sector, because other than that it's all just corners where you can only go through in one single line. So hopefully we can gain a few positions, but I think it's going to be really difficult, as in lap 2 we are already losing the touch to Sergio Perez in front of us, because the gap is already 7 to 8 tenths and the gap behind is the same, so hopefully we can lose the 2 McLarens as well. Carlos Sainz is leading the way once again, just like always, putting in the fastest lap as well, as now DRS is enabled, but I don't think that I am going to get it, because the second sector is just not for us today. We are on the mediums, going to the hards on lap 16, 17, around the middle of the race. And you can see at the end of the lap it's already 1.2 seconds. The mediums, they just didn't work. To be honest, I don't know why I didn't go to hards earlier. but I decided to stay. I decided. Whoa, my words. I decided to stay out longer on them than I actually wanted because I didn't think the hearts would work better. But you'll find out if it will work better or not. But yeah, you can see we are losing time to the guys in front every single lap. This time around we are at the same pace, so that's good to see that we can be fast enough. But the hardest thing in this race was getting rid of the McLarens behind me. They were, I don't know, it's not that they are the fastest car, it's not that they have the slowest car, it's just that they had the right amount of pace at the right sections on track. And that is the second part of the second sector of this race. And that's just not what I want. You can see the gap ahead, 2.5 seconds. The gap behind is still 3/10 only. So there is a big problem with our car in sector 2. That's probably just the setup and the way that I'm driving the car. Because the car is maxed out. We can't change anything about it. We can't change the chassis, the aerodynamics, the engine, or even the durability. So all we can do is try to drive faster, try to use different setups. But this time around I just chose the worst setup that I could have gotten, which meant that I am just not on the pace today. The gap is staying around 2 seconds ahead. So hopefully in a few laps time, maybe when the pit stops come, we can gain a bit of time back. As we are already in lap 13, finally we are setting some personal best. It's a 117.3. I think the fastest lap is around 116 mid, 116 low. So I'm still a long way off. But yeah, as I said before, it's just the mediums that are not working with our car today, and it's really annoying because if that happens, it doesn't happen often. But if that happens, you can lose so many points to your rivals, and that's not something that we can afford now because we need to gain all the points that we can get onto Carlos Sainz. But he's leading this race, and I'm in P6 as Mick Schumacher is out of the session. What happened to him? I think that's just an engine issue or something like that, because there was not even a safety car, and that would have helped us out quite a lot. You can see lap 17 halfway done with this race already, and we haven't seen any action just yet. I can assure you there is going to be a bit of action later on, but it's just that we are driving our own pace. The McLarens are still close behind, within 1 second, as now Ricciardo and I think, yes, Russell, I want to say Perez, but it's Russell, who are going into the pits. I need to pit this lap, but I'm going to stay out a bit because the worst thing that you can do as a player is do the undercut on a lot of drivers, because we are affected more by the warming up phase compared to the AI. They don't really notice it actually. But now you can see it's lap 19 and we are still on the mediums. These mediums are not even 60% in tire wear, but yeah, it's not that good if you have 60% tire wear on your tires. Carlos Sainz is already 2/10 behind us only, so you can see him passing us on the main straight. We are into the pits. It's Perez ahead of us, but he is in for the hearts. We are as well, and we are now quite a long way behind him as Liam Lawson goes past us, and we almost lose time to Dan Tickton and Daniel Ricciardo, but we have cold tires, so they are now trying to fight with us as Dan Tickton is going side by side, trying to go around the other side. We go a bit deep because our tires are still cold, and I didn't think about it, and that gives Daniel Ricciardo with a bit of touch the option to go down the inside, and he actually takes it, and he's now up into P7. Still 2 or 3 drivers still need to make their pit stop as our tires are still not up to temperature or not like how we want them to be. So we are already losing time to Daniel Ricciardo as well. Hopefully, because it's a McLaren, we can gain back that time and overtake him once it's actually time for us to get a bit of pace. Leclerc is once again into the pits as he is doing a 2-stop, which is actually the most stupid thing that you can do, as we saw somebody else, an AlphaTauri, I don't know who it was actually, who DNF'd because, once again, an engine issue or maybe too much damage to the car or something. I don't have that information to my knowledge. But yeah, the gap to Ricciardo ahead is 1.4 seconds. It's not growing. So hopefully we can gain even that time back and get into the DRS, as we are so close to DRS. But unfortunately this lap isn't it, with 10 laps to go after this one. So yeah, we are going quite quickly through the laps. But as you can see, lap 26, we are getting closer and closer, but it's just not fast enough. It's just the nature of this track is in such a way that it's really difficult to overtake on this track in the cars that we have today. But now, on lap 27, we can try to go for it as we are really close. We are going for the dive bomb in the inside in turn 1. Here we go then for the first overtake that we can do today, and it's failed. It succeeded. Side by side. We actually take the position, and that's us up into P6. I think the maximum that we can get today is P4 because the top 3 is just gone. It's Tsunoda, it's Verstappen, and it's my teammate Carlos Sainz. That's the top 3 for today, and I don't think anything is going to change about it. As we are now in lap 29, and finally we can try to overtake Liam Lawson as well. No DRS train in front of him, so we have hopefully more pace than him. We have DRS on the straight, so we are going to go for that overtake to make sure that we are getting the job done. We need to gain those extra points because it's crucial at this point in the championship. It's only lap 12 or race 12 of 22, but we need to gain as many points as we possibly can. So here we go then for the overtake. We are trying to take a look down the inside, go for the outside, and side by side, and we go. Oh my god! Oh no! Oh no 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 no! We have damage. What happened here? Let's take an onboard look from him. It's onboard. As you can see, Liam Lawson, he goes to the inside, he locks up his car, and that gives us damage. This doesn't really show us, so let's see another look. Yes, oh my god, he locks up the one time that I tried to go around the outside. If we went down the inside, nothing would have happened. We would have overtaken him without any damage, getting a track limits warning as well. And how did this even happen? How did we lose our entire front wing to such a tiny touch with Daniel Ricciardo? We lose not even 2 positions, but all the positions that we had in the points, and we drop down to P12. Our wing is getting changed, but I don't know. Is it even worth going for the fastest lap? I don't even think that we can get it. That's the problem. Maybe we can get it, but it all depends on yeah, how many laps we have remaining. It's lap 31, so we should be able to get it as we are skipping towards the next lap. Still, this is our only chance on getting the fastest lap. Maybe the lap afterwards we can try it as well. We have a purple first sector, and the only point that we can take away is this one. We are not even getting a point for it, because if you want to take a point for fastest lap, you need to be in the top 10, and we are in P12 by Fernando Alonso. He's not getting a point either. We now have the fastest lap in lap 33. Can we get an even fastest lap as we go onto the curbs? Oh no, a bit of oversteer. No. Oh boy. It's not even a race finish. It's a DNF.
There'll be smiles at the factory after that one. A great race and a real team performance to take victory here in Hungary. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we could talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those that we've witnessed today.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race.
How can there be smiles if we are out? Well, Carlos Sainz, he wins the race, just like every other race, nothing new then. It's Verstappen in P2, and just like we predicted, Yuki Tsunoda in P3. Not the best race, but hopefully we can bounce back stronger than we... Oh no, wait, what? It's actually George Russell in P3. I am so confused right now. I really thought it was Yuki Tsunoda who was in the top 3, but it's his teammate George Russell. But let's try to bounce back even higher in the next one. It's Spa-Francorchamps. As you can see, the standings. Not even the driver standings. It's the results of this race. We get no points. We take away 1 point from Carlos Sainz, who had the fastest lap earlier with a fastest lap of 1 minute 15.6. And the standings, we are back down to 4th, and we are losing 116 points to our teammate. So the only way that we can gain all those points back is by yeah, by DNFing him, and that's not something that we want as he is our teammate. I think the constructor standings, it's in the pocket. We don't need to think about it anymore. 121 points, it's more than enough. But this is it for today. If you want to see the next episode, then subscribe, because the Belgian one is going to be a good one. I can tell you that. But if you want, you can subscribe. If you want to join the Discord, link is in the description. If you don't want to miss any videos, put the notifications on, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.